Okay, so this lesson would be over describing functions. Yesterday we talked about the difference between a function and a relation. And a function, we said, was a type of relation where there's only one output paired with each input. In other words, the x doesn't repeat. All right? So a point is a location in space with no measure that's defined by ordered pairs. Okay, so all of these are points. And they have listed, let's see, how do they do? Oh, for this equation right here, they gave themselves some input. They input each value into the equation. They put -2 plus 2 equals 0, so that's your output. Your ordered pair would be -2, and your output is 0. So they input a 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 and 2. Input a 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Input a 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. And then they plotted the points here. Alright, so same thing. They've given me some input values. So if I input a 0 right here, 0 minus 1, my output would be -1, and my xy coordinate would be 0, -1. Input a 1, I get 1 minus 1, my output would be 0. My coordinate pair would be 1, 0. Input a 2. 2 minus 1, this would be 3 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. This would be 2, 1. I'm just using my 2, 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So my input output would be 3, 2. Okay. Number 2. Input a -1. 2 times -1 is -2 plus 6. -2 plus 6 is 4. So it would be -1, 4. Let me finish this one. Input a -2. 2 times -2 is -4. -4 plus 6 is 2. -2, 2. Input a 0. 2 times 0 plus 6 is 6. So this would be 0, 6. Input a 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 6 is 8. 1, 8. Notice here that my slope was 2 and my output was going up by 2's. Alright, number 3, I'm going to input a -1. So -2 times -1 plus 2, that is 2 plus 2 is 4. So that would be -1, 4. Now I'm going to input 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So that's 0, 2. Hey, thank you. -2, 1 plus 2. Not 1, excuse me, times 1. -2 times 1 is -2. -2 plus 2 is 0. So that's 1, 0. And then -2 times 2 is -4. -4 plus 2 is -2. So that's 2, -2. Notice that my slope was -2, and look, my y values went down 2 units every time. Looks like they want me to plot these points. -2, 6 is right there. -1, 4 is right here. 0, 2 is right here. 1, 0 is right here. And 2, -2 is right there. And this all falls in a straight line. If I connect my points, falls on this straight line. And look, we've learned this before. From point to point, it's going down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1. And that is my slope, -2. And look at where we cross the y-axis, at the 2. All of this comes back around full circle. Right? It says a cyclist rides at an average speed of 20 miles per hour. The equation is y equals 20x. That shows the distance that the cyclist travels in x hours. It says complete the table of values for this situation. All right, I'm going to make a table. You know what, let's do this will be 20x, this will be my output, and this will be my x comma y. So we'll input negative, actually, let's start with 0. Yeah, because we just 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I input a 0, my output would be 0, and I'd have a 0, 0, making this a proportional relationship, and I can tell that by looking at my equation, which is y equals kx. Input a 1. This will be 20 times 1 is 20, so I'm at 1, 20. They've already plotted that point. 20 times 2 is 40, so this is 2, 40. Input a 3, 60. Input a 4, and 80. 4, 80. Right? Now if we plot these points, 120 is already plotted, 240 would be right here, 360 right here, and 480 is right there, making this straight line going through all the points, and it's proportional. It goes through the origin, just like we've talked about in the past. Okay? Linear equations make a straight line when you graph them. They have this format, y equals mx plus b. We've talked about this a lot. Okay? These are linear because they have an mx and a constant b. This is linear because the b would be 0. This is linear because it's going to make that straight up and down. Remember we talked about this, that straight up and down line. Anytime you have exponents, you're going to have something that's not linear. Okay? So, linear or nonlinear, and then write the equation in y equals mx plus b. So this is linear because I don't see any exponents. And if I just switch this around and put the negative 2x in front, that's in y equals mx plus b form. Alright? This would be linear, and it would be 0 equals negative 4x plus 3. I'm moving this over here with the 3, and I'm leaving 0 over here on the side. Okay, this is non-linear. And this is linear. And really, if I just flip it around, that's in y equals mx plus b format. You just have to make sure that the sign stays the same. This is a positive 8x, so this needs to be positive. This is a negative 1, so this needs to be a minus 1 here. Okay, same thing here. This is a negative 2x, minus 2x, negative 2x. That's a positive 1, so plus 1. And that is it for this lesson.